Good evening, everybody! We are back with the Maelstrom of Blades, hosted by our very own Saverick.
Hello. Do.
We're all gonna die! I mean, hello.
That is entirely probable.
Probable. Highly probable.
Let me just start off. Everybody roll a d20.
Oh, we're doing the killing quick now, aren't we? Oop, that was the wrong one. That was. Oh, I'm rolling this all types of awful. There. Ha! Ha! Eventually it'll work.
Theoretical.
Theoretically.
Oh, I need to roll a 1d20?
Yep,
Please.
just it. Well, Filbert crit. Woohoo! And that actually means that they find us easier and we're all dead.
Alright, Brax, you're the winner tonight.
Winner, winner.
Play!
You can give us a little recap of what happened last session.
Yeah, I can do my best.
I have faith in you.
So on the last session, we were actually able to make our way to the ferry, and when we got there, we met a couple of ferrymen. One of them was not the most entertaining fellow. The other one was very odd. He seemed to be a drug dealer of sorts, and he continued to ask a Greenwave to buy what would appear to be marijuana, but I'm not really sure. Just some green stuff, and Greenwave didn't have a pipe, so that was a very long discussion because the ferryman just insisted that he buy this substance, and I think we finally talked Greenwave into buying some from him. And by the time that we made our way farther down the river Styx, we encountered a bunch of skeleton archers, and we had no choice but to stop the boat and get off and engage them, and they went down pretty easily. But after that, we encountered something a little more mysterious and something that I'm not quite sure what it is yet, and that is a brief recap, and that's where we are right now at this point.
Good job. Everybody seems to forget that gender, disappeared, but...
No, I didn't forget.
I
Yes,
didn't
that too.
forget gender.
Yeah, we also went through a really bad, a maelstrom of sorts. I don't know what it was about. It was like a really bad storm, and I think that was the point that we lost some of our party.
Yeah. I think you almost lost Filbert too, didn't you?
Yes.
Almost. And as always, Filbert was as drunk as ever.
Alright, so we're starting this session. We have... I think you all are overlooking the plains of Avernus below. Filled with all this this demon army, or I shouldn't say demon, I should say fiend would probably be better wording for it. In the midst of a training.
These are devils, right?
Yeah. And they're all just smashing against each other constantly. You hear the horns and the shouts. And it's like I say, it's just a big training regiment. It's all you see play right now. And the sky is just lit up with these balls of fire that keep slowly falling to places beyond your vision. But you're all standing over on this cliffside looking down at this, and I think that you all had decided that you were going to try to find somewhere to stay for the night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we were gonna look for a cave.
Okay.
I think our buddy, and I have his name actually. Azadun said he knew of a cave nearby that we could pull up.
Yeah, there's one not too far from where you guys actually are right now. And given the position, Azadun suggests that way, overlooking all of this, that maybe you have a better vantage point just in case something were to come behind you. So you all go into this cave. It's fairly sizable. It's about 15 feet into the rock. Somewhat defensible, I suppose. But how are you all? Are you just gonna find a corner and lay in it, or?
Well, we need to post a watch. Let's see. Now, is this like, is it a very deep cave? Is it just like kind of like a bottle shape, like it kind of comes out and just?
Yeah, it's more of a bottle shape.
Okay.
I'm saying it's maybe 8-9 feet wide going in to begin with. Probably maybe 6 foot tall, and it sort of opens up larger as it goes in to this probably 30-foot diameter room.
So we probably want to pick one of the corners where we can see the entrance, but they can't immediately see us.
Okay.
And we need to post watch. I can take first watch.
Yeah, Skipper will take second watch.
Greenwave will take third.
That means you're going to be last, Filbert.
That's fine.
The question: does Skipper even really need to sleep?
No, not really. He doesn't.
Would a Modern need to sleep?
I don't think they do, actually. Modron Flex.
Modron Flex.
Not to interject into it, I just want to make sure that if you all want to set it up that way, that's fine too. However you want to do it.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't need to sleep, he could just keep an eye out. Do you want to do that? Because I honestly don't know if he actually has like a racial ability where he don't sleep.
I don't need sleep.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
if that's the case, then we could just assume that he just takes watch, kind of sits off to his side, watching.
Yeah, I'll put a rule in right now that he doesn't need to sleep.
There you go, Modron boy.
Yay!
Woo, Modron!
Yay!
Okay. So the other three of you and Azadun sort of sit down for the night. Brax, why don't you go and roll me a perception check, please?
Do it.
That is a decent roll.
I just realized another bit that's slightly wrong.
All right, Skipper, you don't really notice anything going on beyond your vision towards the outside per se, but you catch Azadun looking at you actually from time to time. It seems as if he's almost studying you.
I'll ask him, why are you staring at me?
He sort of leans back and see that the tendrils of his mouth sort of pull back as if, oh shit, I've been noticed, Says, you don't remember me at all, do you?
Yes.
Oh, little Modron. We've had such times together.
Sure, I guess. You're being weird.
Do you want to roll an insight check?
Perhaps you will remember.
Skipper, do you remember the first handout I handed to you in session 1? Do you remember seeing...
access to it.
You should still have access to it. There was a portion of that where you remember being on the edge of this spelljammer. And you remember seeing this flash of black and mauve and silvery eyes flashing past you.
Yes.
Taking a look at Azadun, you see the mauve skin, the silvery eyes, and it all sort of clicks with you for a second. You know that whatever spelljammer you were on, you were definitely on there with an Illithid at one point.
You're the one from my vision.
What vision?
When we first ended up here.
Are you sure it was a vision and not a memory?
Don't mess with my head.
You've never seen an elephant laugh, but the way that his body sort of contorts, that's the best interpretation that you can get, and it's an awful sight.
What are you laughing at?
I just do not know how you would not remember. Are you not just a bag of bolts and flesh?
I'm over 500 years old. I have lots of memories.
Sometimes the screws get a little loose.
He slowly stands. And he approaches you, but not in a threatening manner per se. And he says, not all memories are made equal, are they? Some are large, some are small. Some are grand, but most are just unremarkable. And we may remember pieces or fragments, a scent, a sound. But eventually it's all just pieces of a puzzle we'll never put back together.
What do you know about me?
I know much about you. It seems that you've forgotten yourself, though. You've sort of lost the whole point of where these memories are deemed a memory or reality. And you are weak now from this. You do know that knowing is the most powerful thing a sentient creature can be. Knowing itself. You need to find yourself, little Modron.
What are you aiming at?
You need to find the pieces of the puzzle from the time that you and I last saw each other to the point that we met again. And the times before that. You and I have a very important quest to still finish.
You're creeping me out.
Again, the laugh. The body sort of convulses. While you are...
How would I find these memories?
Suppose you'll need to go back to the place where it all began.
And where is that?
Where's the last place you remember?
I just want to go home.
That's legitimately a good question. Where is the last place those of us remember right before going to the right before starting the mission for the Dustman, right?
Yes.
That is a very good question. One that I do not have the answer to.
And home is where you need to return. I'll help you get there as best I can. And then you and I will meet again.
I'll be looking forward to it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to keep watch.
Indeed. And he sort of walks back to where he was at, kneels back down. Doesn't seem to be keeping an eye on you per se, but they're in your direction.
At this point, Skipper just, kind of keeps an eye on him too, while also making sure that he's doing his duties to keep watch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so about an hour or so. Nothing's happened. Why don't you go ahead and make me one more perception check. Okay. You hear was possibly a scuffling outside. You're not quite sure. Not like a battle per se, but just maybe some rocks moving.
Skipper, he'll actually go forward to check it out. I mean, he doesn't want to stray too far from the rest of the party, but he'll make sure that, see what's going on here.
All right. Skipper takes a slow walk out, and the environment hasn't changed much. There's no day or night. It's just perpetual. And the army below still rages on. But looking around the area, you don't see anything that was out of place necessarily.
If nothing's out of place, he'll just return to his post.
Okay. All right, you make your way back inside. And let's say around this time, the rest of the party starts to rise.
Ugh. Rise and shine, everybody! It's a beautiful, hellish day to start.
Filbert, you're way too much of a morning person. There's no coffee here. I really like coffee.
Oh, you don't need coffee. You just need. I'm gonna start fiddling around with my little cooler, see if I can have some extra flask from alcoholic stuff to share with the party.
I'm good on getting drunk.
Little eye opener.
Whatever time it is. Did everything go all right last night, Skipper?
Yeah, I had a weird conversation, but everything went fine.
Azadin sort of talks his head.
And I kind of like point over there to him, like he knows something.
I wouldn't be surprised. I have a feeling we're all going to be in the dark right now.
He understands my memories.
Well, first let's get to RibCage and get the hell out of this plane.
Aye, aye.
You ready, Green Wave? Silver?
I'm awake. I'm sure. So is there any discernible like devil sounds outside, or is it just a cacophony?
I mean, it's a cacophony. It really, truly is.
Good to know. Good to know.
And as Skipper can tell you, it hasn't ended. It's hours and hours now it's been going on.
Alright, good to know.
It's just gonna keep going. Do you guys think we should take a minute to study and kind of figure out if there's going to be like a path, like an area that seems less busy?
I mean, we could
We
go to the ridge and try to see if anyone, or if there's any type of path there, sure.
I'm gonna look at Azadun. RibCage is on the other side of this, isn't it?
He takes a long look outside and back to you. Slowly nods. There may be another way.
Oh!
All ears.
But you may
What?
like it.
Well, let's hear it.
What you got?
He sort of motions you all towards the entrance, and he starts walking back outside there.
Okay.
Scarlet's just gonna stop for a second and go, like her eyes get wide and go, I think I know what he's doing, but let's see if I'm right.
Where are we going? What?
Are you following anybody?
I'm following him.
Yeah.
Did he tell us to follow or wait?
Well, he was motioning you to come.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna follow.
I'm following him.
I have a feeling I have an idea.
Well, seeing everyone else follow, I suppose Skipper will too.
Let's say, well, given my
Yeah.
stats, I'm pretty sure I have no idea.
Probably. He makes his way towards the edge of this ridge and not within sight of what's going on below, but he extends this long purplish finger towards the horizon there. And what you see is, it looks like a mountain that's just slowly reaching up to a point. There lies information. We can skirt around this.
What kind of information?
They call it the Pillar of Skulls.
That isn't very comforting.
I'm assuming it's because it's made of skulls. This place seems like it's very literal.
He nods very slowly.
And they're going to charge us something for knowledge, aren't they?
Yes.
So it's either we fight or we go talk to people. And I'm looking at, and Scarlet's going to look down and go, tactically speaking, even if I had my old cavalry unit and most of Silvery Moon, I don't think we could take that.
So
Fair enough.
The pillar is made of old souls who had information but withheld it from people. It is the Tower of Liars. But for a small price, we may get some much valuable information.
What will they demand?
This I know.
What else is new?
Let's take a vote then. Green wave.
Sure, let's
Army,
go.
Pillar. Pillar it is. Filbert?
Oh, whatever you think is the best.
Skipper, any opinion?
Does it seem to matter? I've already been outvoted.
Well, no, I still want your opinion, Skipper.
Well, my vote is no.
We're a team.
Let's just go. My vote is no, but I'm not arguing with you guys. Let's just go.
Alright, we'll make for the pillar then.
Azudu nods, and he slowly starts to pull back from this ridge and start making your way around it, trying to keep out of sight as best you all can. I'm assuming, at least.
Clang, 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 clang,
Oh, yeah.
clang, 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 clang.
Okay. I want to be a deckhead. Yeah, I want to be a deckhead. Roll me some stealth checks.
I'm great at this. Well, I'm actually okay at this.
For a really huge mechanical body, I'm okay, I guess.
That's because you're not wearing any armor, so...
Alright. I'm gonna
Now
have
we
disadvantage
we
on
have
this.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
Yep.
Not that
Not that it particularly mattered.
You all are
It doesn't matter when you have such an awesome disguise.
slowly making your way down this ridge. Everyone's being so quiet and careful. And then there's Greenway.
Clang, 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 clang.
He's trying so desperately, and you know he's really trying. But
Oh, let's face it, I'm not really.
in his attempts, he doesn't really pay attention to where his feet are going, unfortunately. And he sort of knocks a pile of these rocks loose, and you can see the dust go in the air as it slowly starts descending down the hillside and getting louder and louder.
Well, let's keep moving, but heightened awareness. We don't want to
Indeed.
stop.
Perception.
I'm gonna
in
kind of
case.
gently move Greenwave away from the edge. I'm like, you go on the inside here, not near the ridge.
And what were you going to say, Greenwave?
Oh, I'm just like... I'm going to be keeping particular ear out for things approaching this way. Or
Okay.
any sign that they're, like, doing anything
Okay. You all
different.
seem to press on here. And I'm
'Cause-
going to roll something.
Because I have a plan. It's not a very
Okay.
good plan.
You all press forward, and even though that you made quite a racket, you haven't really noticed anything pursuing you. So you've gotten lucky in that point so far. At least nothing that you notice.
Nothing that you notice.
Okay, we're going to be traveling here for a couple hours, so let's just go ahead and have some perceptions just in case.
How many do you want? Just one each?
Just one each for now. That's great.
I'm too busy staring at the mountain.
Oh no!
You drunk as
Dilbert's too
fuck
busy
as
trying to
Dilbert.
find more
Oh
booze.
no!
Okay.
Super drunkard.
Alright, we got 4, 10, 3, and 12. Okay. You all don't notice anything. You keep traveling. And you start to come between this valley, and the styles are getting larger around you, and you can see this mountain getting, as you get closer and closer to it, it just seems like it's immeasurably tall. And actually from this distance, you can almost, you think you hear something. Like chatter.
What kind of chatter?
This thing could belong in the spine of the world.
If you want to liken it to chatter, like, imagine being in like the busiest tavern you've ever been in, and it's times 100. Constant chat.
Constant chatter,
so
you say?
Typical night for us during an off night, because we'd be tavern hopping. We're all a bunch of fucking drinkers.
Yeah, pretty much. We all are drinkers.
Okay, you guys press on, I'm assuming.
Yes.
The hills like start to form sort of a crown around you. These jagged peaks. And the sounds of the army have faded behind you, replaced with the sound of this cacophony of voices that just echo all around. You draw closer and closer, and eventually this is what you see.
That seems
Oh.
fine. Seems great.
Woo!
Literally a mountain of skulls. Some are in better shape than others. Seems the closer to the bottom they are, the more bleached they are. And at the higher as it goes, the more flesh that seems to cling to them. But they are all moving and speaking. It's just, it's ridiculously constant.
Hey, I see Steve 2.0 in there.
Steve probably is in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Hi guys.
Hi guys!
There's a lot of skulls in here. I got lots of friends now, but we're kind of stuck. Can you help us?
I'm just gonna look over at Azadu and go, "You were not kidding."
That's a lot of skulls.
No. He sort of motions you all towards the bottom of the pile. Following?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
That's the only lead we've got right now.
You got it. Is the Modron shaking his head? No, he's not going.
Yeah, I'll hang back here.
Okay.
Alright, keep an eye out on our rear then, Skipper.
Aye, aye.
Okay, Skipper. Then you see the scene unfold before you as your party members slowly get further away from you. And when they get within probably 30 feet or so, this cacophony of voices just suddenly goes silent. Dead silent. The only thing you can hear around you is just the breeze whistling. And the rest of you are seeing these skulls shift toward your direction.
I'm gonna put a little swagger in my step.
Swagger.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to turn on the womanly charms.
I don't see anything good happening with this.
Hey, I have the highest charisma of the party. I'm a lady. I actually don't wear a whole lot. So I mean, I might as well use what the universe gave me
I,
here.
I don't know if it's gonna work in here.
I've got nothing else. I'm gonna
Yes, so
try
why
it.
don't you go ahead and try, Scarlet?
Okay, so Scarlet is
Try!
Yeah, I'm gonna approach and be like, "Hey, fellas, how's everyone doing?"
You see these skulls. They stare at you for a moment, and all of a sudden they start to pull in. And there's like this mad rush of these skulls pulling in from each other. And all of a sudden, one pops forward towards you. Starts studying you.
I'll
Is
just
that
kinda
you?
start-
Is
I'll
that
just
you,
kinda
Scarlet?
Yes. My name is Scarlet.
I had wondered what happened to you.
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
sorry, but I can't really tell who you are. You're kind of bone.
I'm Dianora. Do you not remember me? And what are you doing here? Are you dead?
Unfortunately, I am far from dead. Denora?
Dianora, yes.
Dianora. Is this a male voice or a female voice?
It's a female voice.
Okay. I'm gonna actually start trying to remember, like forcibly trying to remember, like repeating the name to myself.
Okay, you repeat this name to yourself. And you have the flashbacks before with the Lady of Pain. And the horrid feeling that you got from that. The feeling of your intestines slapping from your body. And it sort of starts to rewind. And you remember seeing this creature with long purplish robes and white hair that sort of springs up from the top of its head. And you remember holding a knife and blood dripping from it, and this creature gashed apart before you. And next to you, a lady with these large bat-like wings. Blonde hair, these piercing eyes. And then it starts to fast forward again, and you see her torn apart next to you, and then you're torn apart, and you're back in this moment again.
Bat wings. Killing somebody,
Yes.
then being torn apart by the Lady of Pain.
You said it would work, but it did
Would
not.
what work?
Attacking the Davos. You were right, it would bring the Lady of Pain, but she did not maze us. She annihilated us.
I'm gonna put a hand over my stomach where all the scarring is and just go, I think she did something else, because I woke up here without any memory of what happened. Last thing I remember was me and my crew here going to work on the Dustman. Work for the Dustman.
It was long ago.
How long ago?
Well, when you spoke of it, it's been several years. You had all parted ways. Yet here you all are together again. In Bhaator.
Yeah, we all woke up here. And the last thing we remember was working a job for the Dustman. Each of us woke up with something strange in our memories.
You spoke of a flash of light and a horrible scream, and we'd met in Sigil, and we'd been working together ever since.
Why was I trying to get the Lady of Pain to maze us?
Well, you said that we could go see the hag. She would give us the information that we needed. For she was lost in the mazes.
Information for what?
You said that you were searching for some relic. Some sort of book. You were very quiet about the subject.
I can think of a reason to be searching for something. Someone is messing with us, and I don't like it.
They're not going to let me speak to you much longer.
Got any... Good God. Do you have a name of the book by chance? Place? Anything? So I can try to retrace what the hell is going on.
I do not know where it's held, but I believed you called the Book of Vile Darkness.
Like that's Clay's eyes, not Scarlet's.
Yeah.
Joy. Well, thank you. Is there any way I can help you?
I brought this upon myself. And Scarlet, I'm sorry. She starts to speak, and then all of a sudden she's just sucked back in. And another one comes forward. It's sort of if you would imagine a demon without the flesh on it, it would be that sort of skull.
Like bone horns and that sort of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
more feral mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ah, the Yuan-Ti. Oh, you would be most delicious.
Not on the menu.
What's
You
wrong with your
come to the
face?
pillar. Is that a Ganassi I see? I haven't tasted blood such as his in such a long time.
Oh, you want blood?
Can't say that I've tasted my blood in a long time either.
And this other creature, I'm not familiar with it. He sort of glances over at Filbert.
Oh, you know, I don't think my blood is tasty, but I have something you can try to drink instead. I recommend it. It's almost same,
If the
almost
skull
the
could have a
same.
puzzled look right now, it would have it.
It's almost like home. Let me see. Oh no, this is not it. Oh, here we go. One. My plum bottom. I'm Filbert. Hick. Okay, here, have one now.
You're a Filbert. Filberts look tasty too.
Oh, no. This one is here. How about you want to taste it? Here. Oh.
So, Scarlet's just gonna kind of look at the skull. So, what you're offering is you'll answer questions for blood. Does that sound about right?
Oh, you need answers. Yes. A small sacrifice. Nothing, just some piddly thing. Look how many fingers and arms and all you have. Surely you can sacrifice something to us.
Scarlet's actually gonna look at her hand and go, "Huh."
Hmm.
Isn't it? Good thing I... See, so, out of character question. If I lose a finger and shift, would my form be missing a limb? Missing a finger? Or would it regen?
I would say no.
But I'd still be missing it probably when I shifted back out.
Right.
It's not regen.
Right.
Now the more important question, if you shifted into something and lost a finger
That's true.
when you shifted
Into
back.
something and cut a chunk off. How would I think shifting out I probably wouldn't lose the physical, would I?
Who knows?
This is an odd question. Huh.
Quick, somebody get the alcohol ready.
What kind of question should we even ask it?
Like how to get home?
How to get to RibCage without going through the army?
Yeah.
Does that about sound right, Azadun, you think? He's just gonna...
That is the most possible question. And I suppose you could ask something about your measly pasts, or we could all get
Well, I've got an idea of where to start with mine. And what the hell's going on, so... How much would an answer to the question of how to get around the army into RibCage?
That would save all of your lives. That's going to cost so much. Maybe a hand. A measly hand. I mean, you have two. What is Brax doing while this is on?
He's still way back here, Skipper. Or not way back here, but he's behind them. Wondering why it got quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, God. I just thought of something really, really stupid. I gotta do it. Okay.
A hand from just one of us?
Oh, well, that's interesting. Are you all offering to offer little bits of yourself instead? We might be able to work a deal.
No, I'm asking because I might be willing to give you one of my hands for the answer to that question. Assuming that it is a truthful and honest answer.
Oh, you're a maid of lies and terrible, terrible things, but unfortunately, that is our task.
I thought he just needed blood, now he wants hands.
No, that's just it. You said you wanted blood, right?
Are you offering?
I'll trade you 6 of these for that information. Pull out the blood capsules.
Oh yeah.
Bring it closer.
Be careful.
I bring one up a little bit closer.
Bring it closer to where I can smell it. Ah, blood. This is a very exotic blood, too.
We have quite a bit of that.
Yeah, we have 6 of them.
It's not a delicious little bit, but I suppose we can work a deal.
So 6 of these for the answer for that simple little question.
Yes, we can work. But you'll have to give it to me. And it opens its jaw so slowly.
Just toss
Shook,
it like...
shook, 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 shook.
Roll me a d20, sir.
Smart.
You were like that carnival game where you're shooting the water into the mouth, and you're just on fucking point. You're just... And this thing starts to chow down on these things, and this blood is just like pouring out the side of its jaws. And this whole pillar just goes into a frenzy. Skulls are all like trying to get a taste of it, and they're just all rolling around each other, and it's just like bits of bone and flesh, and just chunks are flying in every direction. This goes on for a couple minutes. And finally, the one returns. Oh, you have satiated my desires today. What desire of yours may I answer?
The safest way to get
around the army to RibCage.
Now choose your wording carefully.
Oh no, don't.
I don't know. This is like having a genie that has a really bad ultimatum.
Because I heard two questions here.
Actually, he interrupted my question. But yeah.
Yeah, that's his blood charms. Let him do the question.
Go ahead, you do it.
Oh God, you trust the wrong person. What's the safest way to get to RibCage that avoids that big-ass army?
The safest way to RibCage that avoids the armies. You will want to take the Crystalline Passage. It is not far. Just continue past our lovely little mountain here. Another mile or two. You should see it on the right. Deep within the rocks. Crowned with amethyst. It should take you very close to RibCage, but definitely past all your little demon friends.
Now, here's the thing. When he said safest, is it safest for, for their kind of folk, or is it safe for our type?
Don't know, but you asked the guys with the lowest fucking int to ask the question, so I'm doing it as if I had no clue.
I'm assuming this is out of character chatter.
I'll take it.
Yeah, this is all out of character chatter.
Okay.
Scarlet's fine with that answer. Fuck it.
Very well then.
Skipper's not even close, so.
Yeah, Skipper, you just see them. Well, you see Green go up and make some motions, and then you see this piles of skulls rolling around each other, and horrifying. Even to you, it's horrifying. And then it goes quiet again, and they seem to be talking amongst themselves at the time.
Is everyone okay with this particular answer? I'd rather not stay around the piranha-like skulls.
The piranha skulls. Seems fine to me.
Filbert?
Well, he didn't even try any of my drink. More for me.
Skipper, we're good. I say as Brax gets up.
He's back.
No, Jim's back.
I'm gonna go, Skipper.
I was never gone.
Good.
Oh, yes.
We have a possible answer, a crystal passage a couple miles past this thing.
Is it dangerous?
Well, according to what Greenwave asked, the answer was this is the safest option to get close to RibCage and avoid the Devil Army.
Avoiding the army sounds like a good idea.
All right. I'm just sort of wave to the skulls and start and probably motion for Azadun, and we'll just start walking around and down the way they suggested we go.
Alrighty.
Do it.
You all start to make your way around, and you start hearing the skulls chattering again. And every once in a while, you're catching something about how delicious one of you would be. Various sorts of derogatory terms in that. But you pass it, and you start to let it fall behind you, letting the sound slowly die down back to the sort of silence of the wind. Let's see. 1, 2, 4.
As we're walking, I'm gonna kind of look at everyone and go, so that's kind of a big deal that we all had split up. But I don't have any memory of that.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
I just had a bad dream about an arrow.
Well, I mean, I apparently pissed off the Lady of Pain, so...
Well, that doesn't seem like a very smart idea.
No. Why would... And that was after the Book of Vile Darkness? I don't even know what that is.
Clay, why don't you
It's
make me an intelligence
years
check?
of our life is missing.
Intelligence check.
You said int check?
Yes.
Azadun told me the same thing.
You know, I'm actually good at int, and yet here we are.
Something about the story that you just heard. Something's familiar about it. Not related to you, but to one of your other party members, but you can't quite remember what part it was.
I'm gonna have to do some research when we get back to Sigil and figure out what the hell's going on. What did Azadun tell you?
In check.
I think it was just me because I'm trying to remember what the hell the Book of Wild Darkness is.
He told me that I needed to pursue my memories, and then I would understand.
Well, clearly, we're missing years of our lives. The last thing we all remember was going on a job to deal with the Dustman, but according to that skull, who I do remember, something else happened. What on earth is not what on earth. What in the plains is going on?
I don't know! Maybe next time I see Onyx Tide, I'll have to ask him. Maybe he knows how or what happened when we were gone.
Maybe he does.
And I'm going to ask this, and I know it's going to be probably pretty laughable, but Onyx is going to give me an int check.
Oh, green wave? Oh, this is gonna be fucking great.
And then he rolls a 20 and we all just stare.
I actually do!
He rolls a 20 and we all fucking stare.
Called it.
Behold the nat fucking 20 from the moron.
You're sitting here listening to this, and you're thinking about the story and what was said at the pillar, and something clicks in your mind. You mentioned a hag.
Hag. He did mention
I
hag.
know that relates to a memory that you just recently had.
It does. Let me look at my memory. Ah. Oh no. Ouch.
Why would I be searching for a
Huh.
And Skipper, you said Azadun knows something?
Yes, he seems to understand my memories better than I do.
Excuse me, Azadun.
Guys!
Stop. Slowly turns.
Guys, I'm pretty sure I got butchered by a hag at some point. I don't know when or why.
So, right now, all we each know is we all died in a vision. And as far as my vision's concerned, apparently it really happened.
I think Azadun was actually in my vision.
Azadun, how do you know Skipper?
We were on a Spelljammer vessel together.
He says that, but I don't remember.
Well, no, because I don't remember what happened with what I was doing. So clearly, Skipper, somebody messed with our heads. Each of us.
But who could do such a
Remember
thing?
each other. We remember working together. We remember our deaths.
But I don't know how long ago that was.
Well, according to Saverick, if you can just like write her name down and I'll like save it. According to her, I worked with her for a couple years. after we all separated, which I don't remember.
Let's just get back to Central.
We gotta figure out what the hell's going on. Do you remember anything, Filbert?
Filbert's too drunk to remember anything.
Oh, remember what? I am pretty dumb too.
Yeah, then you rolled the int check and get the nat 20. We're all just like, really? So, and Green Wave got killed by a hag. I was looking for a hag. Okay, let's just get to this crystal thing. This is a whole lot of insanity.
I don't know.
By the way,
Out of
Azmoon,
character, Virus, what did you say the memory was that you had?
I was killed by a hag?
Okay.
I am going to say, Azmoon, how long did you work with Skipper?
It was just the one mission.
How long ago was this?
Not long. Perhaps a few months ago.
Okay, so we clearly separated.
Last I remember, little one was dead.
Who?
You.
We all died.
Pretty sure I'm not dead.
No, but we were.
Yes, it would appear not.
No,
But you died.
I just didn't know who Little One was for a second.
But you definitely. I guess the powers have a sense of humor after.
At least we have a friend of yours with us, Skipper.
So he says.
I do not know this term friends, but for now, we are this.
Comrades.
Nods to that.
Alright. Scarlet's just gonna go quiet and just keep an eye out from here on. Kind of freaked out.
Indeed!
What's Filbert doing while we're all talking about this?
Drinking.
Just drinking?
Just drinking and listening.
Drinking, thought.
Not a lot. I'm trying to save my reserves. I don't know how long we're gonna stay here. This godforsaken.
This is true.
How does Filbert currently feel about all this?
Oh, he's fine. He doesn't feel. So far, he's not panicking yet. He thinks everything is an adventure at the moment.
Skipper looks over to Scarlet and he says, so if we're already dead, can we even return to Sigil?
No, I don't think we're dead anymore. There is. So, Skipper, I'm going to say, so as a druid, I know that very powerful people like me who can wield magic can bring people back from the dead. But I don't know how long we were dead.
He speaks the truth.
So we died, and someone brought us back, but messed with our memories.
Perhaps
I mean,
the trauma was
I'm
so
gonna
much
lift
that
up
it
my
stole
armor
it
again and
away.
go, I've got the scars where the Lady of Pain ripped my guts out.
That is true.
And Filbert over there has a scar on his neck.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that now. Let's just go on in this adventure and see where it goes.
Out of character, did you all even discuss Filbert's injury?
I don't think we did.
We discussed it like
Did
right
we?
when it
I
happened.
thought everyone did at the very beginning.
Yeah.
We each went over what our visions were.
Okay.
Like literally right after doing it, we all kind of went like, "Oh dear God, I have scars. He's got scars. We all have like markings."
I don't think we mentioned in detail exactly what happened. Just that we had like there's an arrow through like the neck and everything. like that feeling, and then there's a scar day.
Okay. So you all speak amongst each other and travel on. And as the Skulls had said, it's not too much longer before that you do come to the entrance of what would appear to be some sort of amethyst that's poking out of the stone, making almost an archway of sorts to the inky black pit of this cave.
Of course it's dark. Well, I guess this is where we need to go.
I suppose so. Shall we?
So that's right, I have dark vision. Heh.
I don't have nothing.
No, so knowing that Filbert doesn't have any like special vision, I'm gonna tell Filbert to put his hand on my waist and stand behind me.
Oh, you're too forward, Scarlet. I haven't even treated you to dinner.
She's just gonna look at him for a minute and go, "So you don't get lost in the dark."
Oh, I'm sorry, Scarlet. I think I've been taking sips of this. Let me put it away. And here, if my hands starts to go lower, don't blame me. It's just, yeah.
Don't
Let
worry,
me
if
just
it
stop
gets
talking
too low,
now.
I'll just punch you.
Greenwave kind of just
Why would
pulls
you do
out
that?
torch.
Yeah. It'd be a little friendly jab. I know you like that. Pat him on the cheek and then just kind of start going.
Alrighty, you guys start to approach this entrance, and I suppose you go on in. It's about 10 foot wide as you're walking in. And not too far in, a few feet, you start to see these crystals actually start to emit some sort of light. And they're of different colors: greens, purples, pinks. So your time spent lighting your torches and such seems to be pretty much null at this point, because there's plenty of light to see.
Lightning torches. The only one of us who
Yeah.
can't be in the dark is the dragon for.
Oh, I can't be in the dark
Really?
either. I don't have
Oh.
dark vision.
There you go. So I'd be the one up front because I couldn't. I'd be like, well, guess that's fine.
Douse.
Am I still holding your waist, Scarlet?
You can if it makes you feel better.
Well, I was raised differently to treat a lady better than this, so I'm gonna let go for now.
All right. All right, let's keep on trucking. We got only, how
Well, this place is very beautiful for a hell.
I suppose it is.
Okay, so you guys are proceeding forward.
Yes, I will probably bring up the rear.
You bring up the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, go make
Since
me a dex
Scarlet
check
has
then.
taken the front. What was that?
Go make me a acrobatics dex check.
Dex check.
Each of us?
No, just the gentleman in the back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go so swimmingly, you guys.
And we.
See, you disappointed me before, so I had to have this. Okay, you're all proceeding forward, and you hear a sudden yelp of pain behind you. And you turn to see that Green Wave has actually gotten his foot caught, because all these crystals behind you have shot from the walls and have blocked the passage behind. Green Wave, go ahead and take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Remove.
And you are currently prone and stuck right now.
Prone and stuck.
Yep, you are
I'm going to look at the
immobilized.
crystals and go, so that's this kind of bullshit.
Wait, didn't you ask that this is supposed to be the safe way?
Well, it's still probably safer than going through the army.
Oh, I don't know. With your foot stuck, it doesn't look safe at all.
Let's work on getting him unstuck.
So I'd say, can I attempt like a athletics check to get unstuck? I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes a little bit of time, but you eventually do pull your foot. And the crystal sort of cracks around your foot as you yank it out. And the lights all around you seem to flicker. And you start to hear something. Reverberates around you, echoing down the cave.
Oh, laughter.
No. Oh no.
Then it all goes quiet.
Ha 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 ha.
Did anyone hear that or?
Oh, I hear it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
As if this place couldn't be creepy enough.
What are you talking about? It's fine.
Yes, the creepy laughter is fine. The crystal just tried to eat you.
Oh, this is all part of the Raven Queen's plan, I'm sure. Like messing with the symbol.
Well, alright. Let's just keep moving forward and keep an eye out on the crystals.
Okay, this passage is wide enough for two of you can walk side by side if you wish. But I would like to at least have some sort of
Marching order
here. Yes, please.
I'm gonna be in the back with Greenwave just in case, you know, because I
Skipper,
think
you
of
wanna go
myself
front
that
with
I'm a
me?
little nimble.
So me, Skipper up front, Greenwave, and
I'll just do take this. I'll just be in the center then. Because he definitely doesn't want to be in the back row.
no, we'll make him the creamy center of our marching.
A little
The
sandwich.
sushi center, because it's tentacly.
Okay.
It should be the hentai center.
Yes.
How are you all approaching forward now?
I'd say we'd probably go at like a steady pace, but like keeping an eye out for anything we.
Okay. So you all go forward. No, wait a second here for Brax to get back.
Also
There he is.
at one of the points, I'm going to try to dip back slightly and change.
You're going to do what? I'm sorry?
Dip back
He's gonna
slightly
put on
and
his fake
change.
mustache.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Greenwave no longer exists in the tunnel. It is Onyx Tide. Onyx Tide.
Okay, Onyx Tide. You guys are approaching or proceeding more carefully. As quiet as you try to be, it's still hard to. This crystalline floor makes little echoes of your footsteps as you proceed forward. Since you're in the front, let's have the two people in the front make perception checks.
I'm so good at this.
So good.
Okay. You both sort of see, not too far ahead as the cave is starting to slowly make a turn, that there is
No, you're in the back.
sort of a greenish light flickering in one of these crystalline stalactites. Just catches your eye, because you haven't seen that quite yet as you've been through this passage. We'll say 50 feet ahead.
Get your anchor. I'm gonna draw my scimitar and just kind of have it over my shoulder.
Okay.
This ain't big. This ain't big enough for me to shift, unfortunately.
Yeah. Skipper will start swinging the anchor slowly as they walk along.
Windmilling it.
Maybe start singing the sea sheep.
Maybe.
Yo, oh, a pirate's life. For
Yeah, I'm sure Skipper has a great singing voice.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Once you get that voice modulator working, you have to do that.
What
do.
shall we do with a drunken Phil?
What shall we do with a drunken
You
Filbert?
toss him overboard.
Earth light in the art.
Okay, you all approach cautiously, as I'm sure. Start approaching towards this stalactite. I can't remember if it's stalactite. It doesn't matter. You start approaching this, and there is a flash of light to your left.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna tell Skipper look at the thing, and I'll look at the light.
Okay. You see the flash of light to the left of you, Scarlet, and it's sort of a pulsing and then fades. Skipper, from where you see this lightning sort of winding through this crystal, and it's becoming more violent, and it shatters. And from this section, you see this thing emerge. It looks like it's pieces of crystal being held together by this greenish and bluish light.
Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
I do.
And it's not very far, maybe 20 feet at this point, and it's already starting to float towards your all's direction.
Everyone get ready.
How high up is the ceiling?
It's probably 15 feet, and it's almost cresting with its head.
Hail there, stranger!
Scarlet is going to move back and push Onyx Tide and go, oh, hello, Onyx Tide, you're up. And push kind of Filbert up.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna step a little bit back so I have some room.
Okay.
I'm gonna shift into giant spider form and get on the ceiling.
Okay.
Giant
So we'll go
speeder
ahead
form.
and,
It's a 10-foot wide thing, but if it's 15 foot tall, I got enough space to stick on the ceiling.
Definitely do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we'll do an initiative. We're going to do a theater of the mind for this one.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yep. I am amazingly fast.
Well,
All right,
Filbert.
Yep, Filbert, you are going to be the first to act.
Woohoo!
Oh-ho!
What are you going to do?
I'm probably gonna. Shit, give me.
Probably going to shit.
Filbert's just gonna be like, oh,
Definitely had too
My
much to drink.
my push to talk is the tilde, and I accidentally put it in the chat box, so it's making like a row of like.
the other problem. You clicked on the
Like,
chat
oops.
box and started pushing commands.
So I guess I'm gonna do a quarterstaff, and then I'm gonna use the flurry of blow.
Okay, well, you go ahead and step up in line and go for it.
Stick and move, stick and move.
I don't see the thing. I just see a lady in the front. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's not going to be a battle map for this one.
It's just us versus a guy.
It's theater of the mind.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, so you draw your quarterstaff up. take a big crack at it, and it doesn't seem like it's making as much purchase as you would like, as if maybe the gemstone is sort of deflecting some of the blow to it. But you do manage to hit your quarterstaff and take one of your, we'll say your, maybe a shoulder block or something to this creature, and you do inflict some damage to it.
Nice.
And actually, I think it's going to be its turn next.
Are you going to use your disengage that you get for free to dodge backwards?
Yes, I will actually.
Okay.
I gain the benefit of the disengage action.
That way
so.
you can skip back behind the meat shields.
I guess technically Brax would be the closest one since he was the one looking in its direction.
Yep. Either that or me after Scarlet pushed me to the front, basically.
Did you push Scarlet to the front?
I shoved him forward as I went backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a target too then. This thing, it's not holding a weapon, but you can see like these claws that are on its, its digits that are crystalline in shape and sharp, and it's just rams them forward towards, I guess, Onyx Tide, Greenwave, whichever one it is at the time being. Okay, and the first one, it just, you're so confident in their armor and your expertise of it, but this thing digs this long crystalline claw right into your shoulder. You're going to take 7 damage from it. It pulls back and it starts to take another swipe at you, but you manage to grab your shoulder and duck underneath of it.
I take 7, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that was going to bring Skipper up next.
You know what time it is.
Clobbering time.
Check.
He's flexing too much.
So, drawn flex.
Ah, man, I should have called relentless attack, but I didn't. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh well.
You make a swipe, trying to get past Greenwave. Seems to be in your way, so.
Damn you, Green Wave.
You try to make this anchor swipe.
I don't know who this Greenwave is you're talking about.
Damn you, mustache man.
Let's see. That would bring up Scarlet next.
Skitter along the ceiling and bite the head of the damn thing.
Okay, you take a bite at this thing. Your, I don't know what you call them, your mandibles, per se. You try to sink them into it. You get a little bit of pressure into it, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it's making any real dents into it. You do manage just to get a little bit into it, though. So it's going to take some damage.
Don't know if it'll need to make the con save or not.
Nah, it's good. That just leaves us with Mustache Man, right?
Yep, Mustache Man. So, first and foremost, since it seems slightly angry, we're doing Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Okay. Just start calling down Divine Justice. The Imperious Will drives me! And start bringing up the flail to just bash it upside its head, I guess, is what you would call it.
Okay. You take back your flail, and you have that mark on him, and it just seems to drive that flail right towards his head, and it knocks off a good chunk of its jaw.
1 second.
Seems like you made...
That too.
And of all the attacks so far, it seems like that you all notice that Green Waves has been the most effective. That's going to take us back to the top of the order, which I believe was Filbert.
Ooh. Does it look like we put a dent at all?
It's got a nice, good crack in it now from Greenway.
Alright. I'm gonna spend another key to do flurry of blows, so I'm going to quarterstaff it.
Okay.
Fuck me.
Oh!
Ooh.
Whoo!
Yeah.
All right. Taking this damage off here. You take that quarterstaff and smack it as hard as you can, and right where that crack's starting to form, and then like a good third of its face just sort of slides off.
Oh, I'm sorry. No
You
hard.
focus that key energy and drive that fist up into it, and another crack forms in its torso, splinters in, and it's that satisfying cracking sound that echoes through the hall. Anything with the rest of your turn?
I'm gonna dodge back again
Okay.
and go back with the rest of my people.
Okay. Alright, it's going to be its turn again. And I think Onyx Tide's still the same person in front of it, so...
Yep, I'm still the one right in front of it.
Ooh. It almost lifts these two appendages and strikes you simultaneously with them, and you can just feel this crystalline pierce up under your armor. And you're going to take 12 damage altogether.
Okay.
I rolled high, but rolled low on damage, so you got lucky.
Alright, and then... Okay, good. Concentration's still going.
Alrighty. I think it was Skipper after him, if I was not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm gonna just take another whack at him, but this time I will take a relentless attack on it.
Okay. Just gonna rage.
No, I'm not gonna rage. Just take relentless attack.
Alrighty.
Nobody gets the advantage.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning too, huh? Okay. Brax, how do you want to do this?
Well, he's swinging the anchor, and on like the last swing, he swings it from up under,
Mm-hmm.
and like just drives it right into his body like an uppercut, but like swinging it by the.
You just send a spray of crystals against the cave wall, powder and shards, and it's a glorious, beautiful sight.
Swaldron flex.
Swaldron Flex.
I
Okay.
will-
All
Exchange
hail
your
the
hat.
Swaldron Flex.
All right, guys. We'll go ahead and drop out of initiative.
I'm gonna stay in wild shape form. I got 2 hours in this.
Alrighty.
I'll stay on the ceiling.
How's Onyx Tide feeling over there?
Ha! A little bit hurt, but just healing up like 10. See a bunch of holy light just coming up through me.
Okay.
Ah.
So you guys just have this little incursion here and proceeding forward, I'm assuming, since you can't really go back anyway.
I'm assuming it continues to close up behind us as we're moving forward.
It does, actually. It's
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
hurt- it's
forcing
hurt.
you forward.
Forcing us forward.
Unfortunately, now I can only chitter.
Let's see. You know what? Let me have Phil roll a d20 for me.
Oh no.
Okay. We'll proceed down the tunnel further. don't see anything else that would alert you. You haven't seen the flash of light, the green energy. You haven't seen either of those. And up ahead, you can see that the structure is slowly open.
It's opening into like a cavern?
I got a page popping up for you here in 1 second.
You'll
Oh,
also
ho.
switch my token with spider token.
Yes.
Speeder token.
Large speeder token.
Chitter, chitter. And give me control.
What's
Yeah.
that?
That is big token.
Yeah, spiders aren't pretty. Although I'm probably a very pretty blue-green.
We'll have to find a blue-green one for you in the future.
It actually is. It's just an art.
It's my spider brother.
Okay, guys. You have
Or
come
sister
into
in
the
this case.
cavern.
Well,
You're
I
free
would
to
be
move.
up against the... I'd, like, crawl over onto the wall and kind of sit there.
Okay.
Skitter, skitter.
You're
Skitter,
free.
skitter.
You is free to move your tokens any way you wish at this point.
I don't have control over the spiders.
You don't have control of it?
Nope.
Swore I gave you control of this stuff.
This is an interesting place.
Go for
Chitter,
it.
chitter.
You should have control now. Ooh, okay, Braxy, go ahead and stop where you're at.
That's always a pleasant sound. Oh, good.
We can move around. Brax just had to stop.
Skipper, you must have been fooled by the reflections of the crystal and the light that's in this room, but you see quite clearly a single woman standing in the center of the room.
Hello,
Ooh, she
hello.
looks pretty.
Oh, no.
Saucy.
Saucy.
Whatever she's holding the sword that doesn't look pretty.
No, but she looks like she could be easily bitten and injected with horrible poison.
And she just sits there and sort of looks at you.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
This ceiling here was probably about 25 feet.
Maybe.
I'm going
Maybe.
to crawl up on the ceiling and kind of end up like right about here.
Please don't drop on.
No, but it might drop on her. Ha ha!
And Scarlet, as you approach, you can see her follow you.
I will politely wave a leg.
She sort of sighs and boredly and looks back towards Skipper.
Is she within, like, could she hear me from here? She's what, 15 feet?
Yeah.
I would just say hello and see what if she responds. Like, I'm trying to fill out if she's a threat or not.
Her lips sort of purse. Hello, little matron. Do you have a name? A number? Are you a rogue? I'm assuming you're a rogue.
You assume correctly.
Hmm.
Don't assume his designation.
Did you just assume my identity?
Motion triggered.
So how many of there are you?
Why is that important?
Because I've come to kill all of you. I just want to make sure that you're all here.
You have come specifically
Can
for
we
us.
hear all that?
Yeah, you can hear it. Yes.
Oh, God.
Who sent you?
Oh, the Lady Zario. We've been noticing you since you all arrived.
Why do you care?
Because we don't like when good things come into our realm.
You assume that we're good.
We would love to leave.
Did Onyx say that out loud?
No, I'm
Or is it out of
mainly joking.
character?
That was out of character.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to Weber.
okay.
It doesn't do damage. I just had to put a damage point there so it rolls. It's an 18
DC
No,
12 strength check?
to
Very
break
good.
out of the web as an action.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled an 18.
Yeah, to hit her.
Are you trying to web her so she gets
Like I'm
stuck?
covering. I'm
Or are
covering
you
her in
covering
goopy
her
webs.
mouth?
No, I'm covering her in goopy webs.
Okay. Scarlet, as you shoot this web out, you can see her almost like lazily step to the side. And missing her entirely.
That's a problem.
I enjoy these little games, don't get me wrong, but I have particular interest in the little dragonborn. You did bring him with you, did you not?
And I'm gonna whisper to Greenway, she talking about me? Or do we have another dragonborn?
Well, she's obviously talking about me.
Hello?
You see her eyes close and she just... Oh, I'm so happy that you all made it. Oh, I'm supposed to kill you. But I'm a fair lady. Perhaps if you best me in combat, I'll let you go for the time being.
Wait,
You were
what?
too confident.
Oh, sweet little thing, I'm very, very confident. I train with Bhaator's. What is a little Matra going to do to me?
Oh
I
god.
appreciate that.
Okay, hang on. Onyx Tide's gotta be fucking stupid at this point. Just straight up running, cause I've been hearing where she is, yeah?
Oh yes.
I'm assuming I can't see her currently,
You can't see her now.
but I can get a general
what-
idea of where she is from where...
Yeah, from her sound, yeah. It's more of the prisms in the room that kind of make the light.
Alright, well going where I think she is, and it's like, it's not him you have to worry about!
What are you?
The Wrath of Anubis!
Like Anubis.
Fucking
You're on the
Hunter's
wrong
mark.
layer of hell,
Hunter's mark on
sweetheart.
her. Bang!
Okay. You think you passed him on Stygia? Take an attack.
Yeah.
You swing this flail, and she doesn't even draw her sword. She just bats it away. I guess you've made your choice.
Indeed.
We who are about to die salute you all.
We salute you.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and do some initiative.
Initiative.
Let me bring up the turn tracker before you all do that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Oh
My
yeah.
initiative would be a 16, by the way.
16.
Yeah. I don't have any particular bonus, but in spider form, my dex is higher.
I forgot to click on Filbert
So
to
did
get
I.
initiative.
Filbert.
Curse you, Philbert.
Silver's 7.
Yeah, mine's a piddly 7.
7.
Hey, it's better than that, like, 2 I had last time.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna hit this one. But I'll try!
Yeah, I had that same feeling as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
That's all we are. We solve problems with horrible physical violence.
All right. Well, it looks
Just
like
smack it upside the head.
the top of the order is going to be Mr. Skipper.
Oh yeah.
This would be where you rage.
Is the sparks are flying?
Yeah. Yep. You hear him, he's
Oh.
starting to wind up. Dear, 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 dear.
And here is the retro music, yeah.
Taking relentless attack as well.
Alrighty.
Oh, and that's right, she gets zapped by lightning.
Yep.
Okay. Well, your anchor does not find purchase on her.
Damn it.
This is at least just a save. She's still gonna take something because it's halved.
Remind me what that save is again.
It's a
Shit,
deck
hold on.
save, I believe, to avoid lightning.
Ooh, that's a bad roll.
I could just look it up in Xanathars.
She's taking the full damage on that one, that's for sure.
All like 4 damage.
Alright, Skipper, is there anything else for you?
Zap.
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Scarlet.
I'm going to drop down from the ceiling and try to bite her.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can do that fairly easy, being the horrible spider thing.
Absolutely.
A 23?
A 23 is going to hit.
Make that DC 11 con save.
Don't need to.
Ah, you actually hit
she's
her.
like me. She's immune.
Yep.
But you do find some purchase with your fangs into her. And she
Tum tum tum
hisses
tum
at
tum
you.
tum.
Anything else for your turn?
Not
Nibble, 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 nibble.
Alright. That'll bring it to her turn.
so,
Oh, no.
Brax, real quick, what's your Constitution bonus?
4.
His DC is 14. It's 8 plus proficiency plus con.
Yeah, that is it. I just looked.
Okay, she's going to turn to Skipper. And she's going to draw this scimitar-looking sword and strike at you. Okay, I think that's going to hit. Be 8 slashing damage on you.
Is it
Ow.
halved already because he's raging?
Yeah, it'll be halved. She follows through with that first one, and she turns towards the large spider. Continue her momentum. And she'll miss the spider, fortunately for her. So she makes an upward swing, and she sort of turns around and brings that sword on over right towards Greenwave. And she makes purchase to take 5 slashing damage.
Alright, we need to fucking move.
This is going to be a bad one.
And she's laughing the entire time she's doing this. Exactly. You do remember that sound.
Okay.
Alright, Greenwave.
Tempest guide my hand, using channel divinity for vow of enmity.
That was just to see if my web recharged. It didn't.
Now I have advantage on attack rolls on her until the next minute. Also, I need to make
Okay.
a con save real quick.
I did not mean to click on that.
Okay, so the other thing actually goes away. The hunter's mark is no more.
Okay.
But now... Bang. Nope.
No. No, she's lazily bats it away. Oh, aren't you a precious thing? Anything else for your turn?
No, that'll pretty much do it. I got nothing.
Gilbert?
Gilbert?
She's thinking.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna add Azad into the initiative order because I forgot him.
Whoops.
He's at the bottom.
He's right where he needs to be, apparently, so...
That's good.
So I'm gonna spend another key for Flurry of Blow.
Okay.
Shit.
Jesus. High rolls.
I'm gonna
high
try.
rolls.
I can go ahead and slash her now, right?
Yeah, you could do slashing instead of.
So I'm gonna retract my claws and I'm gonna start slashing her.
Okay.
Slash, 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 slash.
Damn.
Jesus.
I
Yeah, you
have
did-
weak ass. I got kitchen claws. That's what I have.
You remember in your training how people would just, your masters would just sort of dodge your blows without really any thought to it. And that's exactly the feeling that you're getting from this woman right now. She is telegraphing everything before you even do it.
God damn. Okay, I'm gonna use my free disengage to move.
Alrighty.
There you.
All right, Azadun.
As the dude moves forward.
As the dude saves the day.
As the dude just
Slurps the Baldrin.
He tries to grab this tentacles around her, and she just pulls her sword up, and one of them goes flying as she removes it from his face, and he screeches in pain. Agony.
Oh.
All right, it'll take us to the top of the order, back to Skip.
All right.
Hey.
I'm gonna move behind her because it seems that she's got this little thing where she can just swipe everybody in front of her. So
Okay, if you move, you're gonna draw an opportunity attack against you.
fuck.
Just so you know.
Just pummel her.
Yeah, let's just go with it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Come on. Fuck.
Nope, you just can't seem to find her. And a dex save.
Yeah.
She's rolling like shit for her dex today.
Hey, chip damage. Chip damage.
She's she kind of laughs at your attempt to hit her, but that lightning just seems to course through her and shocks her, and she lets a little infernal curse out.
Laugh at that, bitch.
Anything else for you?
Nope.
All right, Scarlet.
No. That ain't gonna hit.
No, it's not.
I thought you were gonna shift to wolf.
No, because it takes a bonus action to drop out, and as long as I'm in this, I've still got all my bonus hit.
Ah, okay.
Anything else
That's-
for you, Scarlet? Back to her turn again.
And no recharge.
All right, she's looking at Azadun right now and takes a swipe at him. Oop, I rolled the wrong one. Sorry. 30. And she just lays into him with this short sword or this long sword, and it's just like you see this black gouts of blood flying in every direction. And he just backs up in absolute pain. She laid a pretty good chunk into him. Green wave.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm going to kind of chant and begin. Oh no, it's action. Never mind. But either way,
Action. Okay.
blessing myself, Swoldron, Skipper there, and Scarlet.
Okay. So you remember you all have a D4 to add to your attack rolls
Yep, and saving throws.
and saving throws.
Filbert, not me.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, sir?
Oh, let's see. Asmodon will guide my hand. And that's it, yeah.
Okay. Filbert.
Ooh. Alright. I don't want to get hit, but I'm gonna spend my last key and do another flurry of.
Alrighty.
I have faith.
Oh wait, I should have moved my. I should have moved myself first.
Oh! Nice. Well, I mean, at least that's going to hit.
There you go.
As she's occupied with Ozadun, like taking that last swipe and that last spray of blood, you sort of like walk up behind her and wallop her on the back of the head. And you see a little trail of like this dark brackish blood start sliding out of it. And she turns with you with hate-filled eyes.
Oh, no hard feelings, but kind of need to beat you down.
I'm going to give a spider laugh at this, just like.
Yes. All right. I'm assuming you're going to disengage the rest of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Azadun's going to go make another tentacle attack. He tries, but she once again sees it coming, steps easily out of the way. Skipper.
I've got to take a relentless attack again to get advantage.
Oh, and roll your
Son of a
d4.
bitch.
Roll your d4.
Yeah, roll your d4.
That might actually save you.
Which is
Okay.
doing 19.
19.
You make purchase.
Hey! Bless for the win!
Save the day.
Just that guiding force of whoever the hell he said this time.
Asmodon!
Osmodon.
For this turn, anyway.
You bring that thing and just nail her in the shoulder, the edge of the, anchor piercing into her flesh. And you get a nice little chunk into her. She makes
And then the head insult to injury. Zap.
Just a little zap.
Just a little zap. What is with you constantly rolling 3?
I don't know.
Like every single turn, it's like 3, 3.
It's a good thing that she can't seem to make dex saves today, so
Bzz, bzz, bzz.
definitely Nick Lerner down. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
Okay. She's going to make her attacks. One against Mr. What?
Doesn't Scarlet get to go?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Scarlet does go next.
Yes.
Scarlet gets to try to bitey bite.
Bitey bite.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. Nice 8.
Nope.
Your eight does not connect.
This is, in fact, not a zombie.
Anything else for you?
Not at all.
Sad
She's
spider.
gonna make Against you.
Against whom?
It was against Scarlet. Hold on.
Ah.
My AC is 14.
She goes to attack you with the sword, and you sort of have your spinnerets up, and she's bringing the sword towards you, and you like have this instinct to just spray a web, and all of a sudden it takes her to her sword and it rips it from her hand and sends it flying across the cave.
I will now spider laugh at her.
So you effectively disarmed her. I rolled a 1.
I had a feeling.
In anger, she starts to punch at you.
See, this is where you start smack talking the shit out of littleness. I train with Bhaator's.
You take a whole whopping 2 bludgeoning damage from her.
Oh no, she's not even into like my real hit points yet. Oh no.
Oh no.
I could contemptuously heal that as a bonus action. Oh god. I'm just gonna eye her with like all like half my eyes like, really? This is your vault? Really? This is what you've got.
Alright, bringing the flail upon her head. Just
That is some
Osiris will have your head today.
Kind of feel a little bit more empowered now that she's disarmed, and you make a really nice swipe at her with this flail, and she tries to defend it with her arm, but you can hear a little crack of her bone as she takes the damage. Okay, anything for your turn?
That'll do it.
All right, back to Filbert.
Oh, wrong die. I need to check my web.
Yeah.
Ah, recharged.
Nice.
Aha.
I can shit at her some more.
Nice. You make a hit on her.
Oh shit.
Well, you got her once at least.
Punch.
She's starting to get surrounded here, and you see her eyes sort of darting back and forth, and her smile has faded because she has lost her weapon.
Oh no.
If I were you, I would surrender. If you don't surrender, we have no choice but to be.
She straight hisses at you.
Your lawful good probably fucking hates you the most out of
Yeah.
Curse you, lawful goody two shoes.
He's like, I don't need your pity.
little goody two shoes,
Little goody two shoes, little goody two shoes.
Are you anything else for your turn?
No, I got no key. I can't go back.
Okay. Alright, we'll go to Azadun.
Azadun.
Who's going to try this one more time?
And he actually succeeds this time.
There you go.
Succeeds.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Okay. DC 14. Intelligence. Alright, he does make contact. And he wraps these tentacles around her. And she isn't moving for the time being. And you start to see a little bit of panic in her eyes.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, but she knows where this is going.
Oh no!
About to be gone.
And the fact that we're all gangbanging on her.
Well, I mean,
Gangbanging, huh?
Oh no! Oh no!
For all intents and purposes, she's considered now grappled, so Skipper, it's your turn.
in the beatings. The beatings will continue until morale improves. That
Oh
is not
no!
true.
And that's such a nice thing to.
Yeah, that was a nice hit. You just seem to bounce off her armor.
Yeah!
There you go.
We're fighting a wench. Oh, hey! He finally get good damage on Storm.
Yes,
Finally.
Shit. I gave her disadvantage on that since she was grappled, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given the shit she's been rolling on the deck saves.
Yeah, well, she would have passed it except for that disadvantage. Okay. Anything else for you?
That is it. One good zap.
Scarlet.
Skirt.
Oh wait, that's a
Only a d20.
Ooh, will I nibble?
You just simply miss. I'm not going to make you anything bad for that kind of roll.
Good, because I really would have hated to bite Ozadune's tentacles and be like, inject poison.
No, you are good. Okay, anything else for your turn?
Nah.
Alright, she's going to attempt to escape on her turn. And succeeds. Damn. Okay. Green wave.
Okay.
Let's just beat the hell out of her.
Yeah, I'm just
Beat that
Gonna
bitch like she owes us money.
bring up the flail again and just try to bring it onto her head. And no, that's even with the D4, that's not doing jack.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
It's advantage, but I still know it's not gonna, so it's not even worth it.
Right.
Tyr will have your head
I think we
today.
figured out the magic number is 19, as they say.
Maybe.
Okay, Filbert.
There's still that slight
Alright.
gap where 18 might be the magic number, but we don't know.
I
Damn
rolled
it.
an 18. It didn't hit.
Did it? Yeah, okay. I didn't miss
Yeah,
that
it did
apparently.
when I did my first web.
Yay!
There you go.
There you
Woo! That 20/20 vision, yo.
go. 20/20 vision, yo.
Yo, yo.
Right. Anything else for your turn?
Punch.
I
Punch.
get my eye on the prize.
Alrighty.
I'm not gonna punch her in the tit. That's disrespectful.
Oh,
That is disrespectful.
we'll go back to Ozadune's turn.
I'm on Tentacle Boy.
Damn it, Ozadune!
Nope.
Doesn't get purchase on her either.
Nope.
Skipper.
Skipper!
Go, Skipper, go.
There we go.
There you
Yeah.
Hey, I don't even need to roll the 1d4.
Nope.
Good.
go. Hell no.
Bam! Bringing
Skipper
down
has-
the house.
He's raging, so he has like more strength than normal. This time he just grabs the anchor with one hand and like just tomahawks her ass with it.
Nice. Give me some lightning damage for me to roll here.
We call him Chucky.
Shocking.
Nice.
Shocking.
Oh, shocking!
So you lay this
Yes.
anchor into her, and you can actually start to see that first flicker of fear in her eye. Anything else for you?
That's it.
Okay.
Talos calls for your head as the lightning's striking her.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Nope.
Nope.
Good God, these rolls!
Behold, our shitty rolls.
Behold, nobody can hit anybody. We're all just flailing around.
she's trying
Every so
to
often,
trying to
there's a
punch
little
people.
Shot that just hits her.
She turns, looking at the group, one after another. It's fine. I will come see you all again. And she turns and disappears from sight.
Like just straight up disappears.
Straight up disappears. She waves her arms and she's gone from existence.
Huh.
Wait, did she die or she just poofed?
She poofed.
She's cowardly wench.
I will shift out.
Cowardly
Spider
wench.
form.
Okay.
Well, I did tell her to surrender. I guess this is her way of surrender.
Yeah, so I'm back into Scarlet form, and I'm gonna walk over to Greenwave and heal him, just in
Okay.
case.
Saloon is displeased with this outcome.
Wow.
Whap, whap, whap.
Whap.
I'll do it again.
Okay, as you
Like
No.
when the first one kind of just sparked shittily, she'll just go. It was always a shit dream. She'll just look at me and go, look, I wasn't a battlefield medic, alright? I ate people.
Is anyone else injured?
No.
Nope.
Look over
all
it.
good.
Look over at Azadun.
He just sort of waves it off.
Are you fine? You good?
I'm fine. Don't touch me with your magics.
No need to be
I thought
rude.
we'd rest here for a little bit.
Yes, please. I need to rest and get my key back.
Yes, please.
Anyone opposed to the resting?
Be opposed to resting?
Oh, I suppose not.
Like suggesting a short rest.
Well, this is also a good time to stop us. It's
Yeah.
8:03 too.
It is 8 o'clock. This would be a good spot.
Resting in the caves. In the caves. In the caves.
It's up to you all.
I'm fine with
Yeah, I think
resting.
This will probably be the best spot to both stop and rest. So.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right.
Nod sagely.
Spin your hit dice.
That will be for another time. Okay, so we're stopping for now then? Yes?
We'll call it.
We will call it. Alright, well I want to take a moment, before we end, to thank all these lovely patrons of mine who help make this show a little bit better. And for those of you watching on Twitch, as soon as this finishes, we will go to hosting one of the fantastic people who are so wonderful to watch. But until next time, everyone.
Oh,
Keep
yeah,
gaming.
Tomorrow.
Yes,
Tomorrow
tomorrow
is,
D&D Roundtable, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Be there, be square.
Be there.
Savage there, Virus there.
Jim Davis and Nazul.
From WebDM. Nazul from the chat over there.
Yes,
Dave.
and Chaotic Anarchy.
Yay!
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, everybody. Good evening.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We